Hello again, welcome back to the Little Milto channel. So why am I going to be explaining the DTD171 or the XDT16, which is known in the USA? Why am I going to explain the functions on it a little bit better? Simple. Earlier on in the day, yesterday, which was Saturday, somebody gave us a whisper on one of my other channels, like kind of privately, and said, you're a little bit incorrect on the way that I'd actually explained that. Now, I'd spent 2 3/4 of an hour reading the instructions, and I must admit I did get something wrong, but there's still, my last video, that one still stands, because the fact is this, it works anyway that way around, the way I actually explained it on the first video. The second video, I'm going to do it better, which is this one. But what happens next was, Mark Kofi told me where I could look to basically sort my little problem out. This is what he said: Pro Tool has an easier and a correct procedure for this, And I went, okay, cool. Run over there, had a look at what Pro Tool had actually done, and I realised where I made my mistake. It is actually on that video that I made first time round about this. It was to do with the blue button over here. Now I'm going to correct this today and give you an but, and at the end of it I'm going to give you an even bigger but. So let's switch the light off. That you do by just pressing the black button here, and it switches it off. We need it off for this experiment because we've got to have the camera directly in front of the machine. So let's now come in a bit closer and let's get stuck in about the menu system. Now, to start with, when it comes from the factory, the button above the trigger, that's what it does. It moves the speed selector. We're just going to leave it on 3 for the time being. And what we're going to do next is, we're going to actually set this up. So how do you set it up? Well, to start with, you would come over here, you press one of these buttons over here, which one you actually wanted to have selected. You would then hold this, you would then press down on this, you wait till the green light comes on. Once the green light comes on, you then would now press any one of these buttons here. Let's say we've gone back to speed 3. So you press that, you go back to your mode here, then you press that and it selects speed 3. See? Now you can't actually alter this by actually pressing another button. It will always select the last button that you chose. So now it jumps between tap mode 1 and the nut removement 1. But you can actually take it back on this one. Oh sorry, I want to say this one. And go back to speed 3. And you can alter it if you want to go to speed 2. If that's what you want to do. Okay. But you've finally got this set up. This is your favourite setting. Your boss has just asked you, can you go away and do something else? But you don't want to lose this fantastic setting that you've got. So you can stick it in the memory. And this is partially where I went wrong. So we press this. We press that down. We wait till it all illuminates. And hey presto, we've cracked it. But now we come to the but moment. What do you mean but? Simple. This button is now redundant. It doesn't do anything. If you want to select the speed, you have to do it manually on here, because this button doesn't hang, because you've set the memory. It's a way of telling you you actually have something set in the memory. Same with this side. You have to move it around. So how do you get it back? Simple. You hold this here, you press down on here, you wait till it does that, and now you're back in again. Of course, if you need a speed select, you would have to press it back to go back to there. The button that you select, the one that illuminates green, is the button that you actually selected for this. Okay, so how do you cancel all this? You're fed up with it, you don't like it anymore, you want speed select back. You press mode selected in again, you press this button here, you wait till it flashes, and hey presto, you're now back doing this in this mode here. Basically speaking, this is how easy it actually is to set up. But now I come to a bit of an but. Now you don't have to sit here and listen to it. I've showed you how it worked, and I've showed you how simple it can actually be. It may sound confusing, but really and truly it's not. It's basically the second button that's the one that moves around anyway. And just remember, the cancel button is the light button. Push that in and press the light button and it cancels everything out and puts you back on normal again. That to me was the important button. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Fine. Okay, I hope I've helped you here. I hope I've been informative, and I hope this time I got the damn thing right. Because now I'm coming to the big but, which my sons came up with last night. Now to start with, this is not having a go at this machine, to be honest with you. I'm not having a go at anybody in particular, probably more myself than out else. I explained what I've just explained here to my sons last night, who was sitting at the opposite end of the table watching us play with this and show them how it all worked. So one of my sons picks it up and looks at it. Yeah. We'll just activate the trigger again. And he's like this, yeah. Then he takes this button and he's doing this. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, this is weird. This. And he's playing a bit more with it. He's not even looking at it, he's playing with the buttons. And then he goes, that should be tap mode 2. Yeah, that's right, it is. He plays a bit more. And he says, MMO. So my other son picks it up. Now, I'm saying my sons, they're like 24 years old. They play games. And they are dedicated games players. I mean, that's all they ever talk about. I talk about tools all the time. They talk about games all the time. And there they are. The other son picks it up. He's looking at it. And he's, okay, that's about for doing that. Then he's like this. Yeah. He says, yeah, you're right, it's an MMO. Oh, anyway, whoa. And I'm going, whoa. What do you mean MMO? What the heck's an MMO when it's at home? What are you talking about? He said, in layman's terms, and easy for you, Dad, to explain, he says, an MMO is a type of game. In other words, the functions on here were set up by somebody that plays MMO games. He's made it so easy. You don't really need to use all the fancy memory systems and everything in it. All you got to remember is where you start. If you start on the nut one, then you know then it's going to be 2 more presses to get it to tap mode 2. Or you're going to need 3 to get it up to the wood mode. But you've also got the other function. You've got the easy quick access here, whereas you know that's your speed, which will automatically jump through there and go back to your original speed. I'm like, so what are you saying? You're saying that the guy that designed this plays games? Yeah, it's actually an MMO layout in the games. It's a quick access memory. And I'm like, yeah? Like, what the heck are you talking about? In other words, the system on here, you don't really need to program it. You just remember, they're sitting there within, one of them within less than 20 seconds was sitting there flicking around the buttons on here and not even looking where he was going. And then he did that and goes, well, that's me back in speed 3 again. That's where I left it. And if I do that, it automatically illuminates the last button that I pressed on this side. And then I press it again, and then I know then I'm on tap mode 2. And I'm looking at it and I go, oh God, yeah, he's right, he's on tap mode 2. They're not even looking at it. So in other words, this impact here, if you want to get it to work correctly on the building site, give it to the young guys that are playing MMO games. So there you have it in a nutshell. Brilliant. I actually love this. I think it's a great system. This programming and everything I thought I was doing absolutely great. Then my sons come along and totally and utterly just blow me out of the water. Made me feel like this big, like thinking I'd done so great figuring this out. And they're gone, you don't even have to bother figuring it out. And I thought I was going to have to teach them how to work it. And what do? They end up teaching me how to work it. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I hope you found that bit helpful. Okay then, bye now.